Hello guys, and welcome to another video with me, Chains. Sorry that it's been such a long time since I did a video, but I've kind of been busy with commission work and getting ready for the Grumpy Old Wargamers. There you go. So yeah. So I've been doing a lot of painting, but I've also been busy away from the usual YouTube, that sort of stuff, in kind of like a completely different creative body. As you can tell by the title of said video, I'm after a bit of feedback on something, so without further ado, let's get the tale out there and get on with it. As we all know, for a while now, I have been a very big advocate for people casting their own stuff, being a little bit more proactive about how they do their hobby instead of just a hand over fist paying for stuff. And casting is one of those ways to be a little bit more self-sufficient. Need be it using a silicone, RTV silicone for doing your own bases, or using something as simple as blue stuff and doing casts of iconography and that sort of stuff, and you know, pushing their hobby a little bit further, opening up more doors. Another thing is duplication of bits. So there's no point in you spending $60 or £60 on a rather large miniature or a rather large model, and as you're building it, you're like, oh damn, I only wish I had one more of this particular item and I could really customize it to how I particularly want it to be, and then having to go out and spend that sum of money again and buy the entire model again just for that one bit, when really a little bit of silicone, a little bit of resin, and you've got the bit there, and you can reuse it over and over and over again throughout your army. And this kind of way of thinking and this philosophy, I suppose, has got me to where I am now, and in the quandary that I'm in now. Because, as we all know, the tutorial video that I put up recently was actually commissioned by Quantum Supplies themselves. The news that I use their products, I was quite out there about, you know, pushing their product, so they asked me to do a casting tutorial for them, and they were pleased with it. Whilst doing said tutorial, I did a few test casts, put up photos on my YouTube, on my Facebook page, and got the attention of Mr. Kazad Studios, and you know, he wanted to know how much they were, if I sold them, that sort of stuff. And I said, right, let me send you some stuff down, let's see if you actually like the quality and the, you know, the whole package, and then we'll talk shop, and then we'll talk business. Now, I've only recently been able to do this, and if you follow Kazad Studios on Facebook, you will also know that he put up photos and that sort of stuff, saying just how blown away he was by the quality and the material and the whole package, really, and he really does want more. and he basically pushed out saying, guys, these are the shiznit, these are awesome, check out me basically, go get some. So this also brings me over to another gentleman going by the name of David Ellis, who apparently is one of the founders of, I think it's Warp Forged Miniatures in the UK, and they're kind of like a commission basis company. I believe they're relatively new, or if they aren't, they've been kind of low key for a while because I've not heard of them. I've checked them out, and they've also got a store, and he wanted to know whether or not I was up and running, I was selling them, and how much for. And this pretty much brings us up to date. I've been thinking about this for a long time, about possibly casting and selling my own stuff, doing a line of stuff. It was going to be bases ages ago, but you know, after sitting down and having a look, bases is covered by everybody. Everybody does bases. But plinth, on the other hand, display plinth, you know, something you can buy, you could buy a few of, you could use them for tournaments, or for just going batshit crazy on, and not a lot of people, not a lot of companies actually produce them. So this is me asking you lot, is there a market? Would I be wasting my time? Do you, and are you interested by display plinth? If the answer is yes, answer in the doobly-doo, answer in the comment section. If the answer is no, answer in the comment section. If you're a little bit answer in, put it in the comment section. I need to know as much information as possible, because at the moment in time my resources are very limited, and if I was to go down this road, you know, I can make concepts, yeah, not a problem, but we're talking about money and materials and, you know, creating molds and then casting them. I do have some ideas of taking the humble plinth, which is a block of resin with a bit of terrain on top, and, you know, producing what I would class as a more advanced plinth, which would have like a fantasy one would have like craggy rocks coming out of the actual base itself, and you'd have a miniature off to one side, not actually over the plinth, but off to one side, giving you that dynamic feel and look. You could go absolutely batshit crazy with it, putting bushes and like trees and stuff off to one side and have him looking out as if he's come through like a forest area, like a high elf or a wood elf or a ranger, a human ranger stood on this craggy outlook. You could have something like a beast man, you know, give it a more sinister feel, and just go crazy with him. You could dangle stuff off the actual craggy rock that's coming out, just build stuff out of the plinth. You know, this one's only like a 50mm. This is a 50mm base. I'd probably look at doing like 60mm display bases. Not so much so you could put like dreadnoughts on, it's so that I could possibly have things like stone pillars, brick walls, that sort of stuff, alternate pieces to the actual plinth itself, like multi-part plinth, that sort of stuff, giving you the basis, like a brick pillar, and to that you could actually hang a breast etched gate off it and still have room for your miniature. You know, having your plinth and then having a sci-fi feel to it, having tubes or gears, that sort of stuff, turning it steampunk for like the Malifaux area. I have got ideas, but the thing is, I need to know whether or not there's a market. I'm even thinking about taking plinth and possibly doing a decent sized one for use with flyers. It would have to weigh quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure they probably won't be as deep as this. They'd probably only be half the size, but if you look at the Games Workshop flying base, that's, I believe, the class this is 100mm, and it's rather large. So obviously I wouldn't have the Games Workshop flight stand in it, it would be by wire. It'd probably have a rod there, but you know, there's all sorts that could possibly come of this, and it's just a matter of laying the foundations, making sure there's a market. Once that has been established, and I go ahead, starting very, very, very low, very slow, standard plinth, and then work up. Possibly commissioning designs out to the more terrain orientated people amongst the community, and you know, seeing how things pan out really. So yes guys, I've waffled on for long enough. If I could be as bold as to ask some of my fellow YouTubers to bring this topic up in like a vlog or an update video, try and get as much awareness and try and find out who is, who isn't, who's on the fence about display plinth. Is it needed amongst the community? Is it something that people want? And if so, thumbs up, I'll crack on with it. So yes guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Okay guys, catch you later, bye bye.